Thinking blue circle. There we are. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday, and that means one thing. It's time for a game of the X-Files CCG on this channel. We have our usual suspects here. Guillaume, all the way over in France. Bonjour.
Hey, guys.
And Stephen, the author of this fine deck that we're going to be playtesting. This is another playtesting session, if you didn't bother to read the title or anything like that. And this is a little bit different. Usually this tonight is with killer cards, the keyword killer. Typically those cards are immediately removed from the game, even in an advanced game. They're not typically used. But we're going to do it tonight. There are some that are included in the new Season 4 deck. So or the Season 4 collection, you might say, the expansion. So we definitely need to get those on the table and give them a try and see what happens. Stephen, our esteemed author, is with us. He's going to be in the background, both serving as a judge to help us with any rules questions, and also because this is a play test and he authored the cards, he'll also be there to help us out with any questions, with any rules or game effects or anything like that that would apply to the cards. I will explain, you may see my agents here. If you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, we are play testing with cards that are still in the not rough draft stage, but not the final draft either. So you'll see some of these cards, the pre-printed from the previous official expansions, and you'll see these white cards. Those are the Season 4 cards. We kept them white like this, not only to save ink, but also it's very easy to take notes for any changes that we think we might need to add. So you'll see those mixed in with the decks. A quick recap, we do play with advanced rules tonight. You'll see the X in the corner on a lot of these cards. And we are playing with Premier, Truth is Out There. Help me with the Mulder one,
10-13-61.
There it is. And then
promos.
The promos. I don't think we have any Scully cards. I know I don't.
I didn't use any in my deck.
No Scully cards. They would be.
You should have been here last time.
They would be legal if we had any in there, but not tonight.
Not tonight. Maybe
did
next
I miss
week.
What's that? Next week?
Maybe next week. Who knows?
Maybe next week. Who knows? Did I miss anything, gentlemen?
No, I don't think you did. I just want to say, though, I am looking forward to watching this uncivil, no holds bar killer match. I mean, we haven't seen too many of those. Even back when the game was still, going on, we didn't see a whole lot of killer games being played. So it's probably going to be a feast for the eyes.
Before we get started, any thoughts on why those are like always taken out? Does it make the game a little unbalanced, or what is your opinion?
I mean, removing an agent from a game is it's pretty tough for the for that player who loses an agent to bounce back from having a crucial agent taken out of play, because it could often be the difference between being able to make a majority of sight skill checks and just surviving just fairly simple onslaughts from the opposing player. So yeah, having your agent killed off is it definitely can create an uneven balance that it will certainly probably make it a quick game from that point on, with one player not being able to do much with being undermanned.
Yeah, if it happens once, it might be a little tough, but you could come back.
There are ways.
Two agents gone, I think it would kind of become mathematically impossible.
Yeah, almost impossible.
Well,
those
if you
cards were
included the
pretty
right
costly,
card.
so.
Well,
Yeah.
if you play it right and a little bit of luck, you could pretty much knock the opponent out, shut their team down. We'll see how it plays out. Guillaume, do you want to start by introducing your agents?
Sure. So I'll be using my regular Season 4 team. So 3 agents from that set: Deputy Barney Pastor, Detective John Munch, and Detective Hudak. And I'll be using 2 agents from Premiere, Karen Kosef and Tom Colton.
Okay. And my team is Agent Fred Neumhauser, Detective Manners, Agent Pendrell, and Agent Patterson. And then from season 4, I have Deputy Barney Pastor. Not the finely tuned team that I would normally pick. We're playing with killer cards, and it wouldn't be a very good play test if there wasn't an opportunity for Guillaume to play a couple of those killer cards. So we'll see how this team plays out. I did my best with witnesses and sites. We'll see what happens. Stephen, we're going to send you to the back there and just use the usual hand signals. I'll try to keep a better eye on your camera this time around. Sometimes I get into the game and I don't see you there, and your hand gets a little tired from waving.
No problem. Godspeed, gentlemen. Oh, before you go, Guillaume, I have to ask, which issue of Batman is that on your shirt? It's been driving me crazy.
I don't know. So maybe
it doesn't have an issue number on it? Like right up here?
I think it's issue 516.
516. Because I'm pretty sure I have that. I have a lot of them. But while you guys are playing, I'm going to find out if I do. All right.
All right. Well, in the meantime, grab your popcorn and your soda.
I will be watching. I mean, much as I'm just going to be right back here, I will be paying attention. I promise. But we
still have a coin toss and res points and all that kind of stuff. So you got a couple minutes. Yeah. We'll see you later on. All right, Guillaume, time to decide who's going to go first. I have this token here, X on one side and the head side of a dime on the other. Let's agree that the X will be heads and the dime side will be tails. And you want to call it in the air?
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Tails.
Tails, you get to decide.
I'll go first.
Okay. Oh, and since I'm finished reading my cards here, I'm going to put my agents back in the bureau to get started.
While we talk and before we launch the broadcast, I always spend so much time shuffling my deck, and no matter how much time I spend shuffling it, I always end up having like 2 or 3 of the same type of cards in my hand. So definitely liking in the deck shuffling thing.
That's happened to me too. With these huge decks, it's tough to get them all mixed like that and get a really straight, good shuffle. But...
And when I put my deck together, I have all the cards by category, and then I do like 6 little decks, and I try to put one of each, so that in each of the mini decks the cards are already shuffled, and then I shuffle all of them together. So I should not have like 2 or 3 of the same type of card come together, but well, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to draw my free card and generating my res, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Puts me at 11, and I'm not going to draw any card. Oh, not buying any card, sorry. So passing it to you to sell and buy.
Okay, and I will note that as Stephen did locate that comic, he's got the issue there. He was holding it up to the camera. Not a card I want to sell, but it's still early. So I might be able to recover it later. I'm going to sell Cloth Hearts for 4. And then I'm going to buy 2. And I will turn it back over to you, sir.
All right. So no healing. For requisition, I'm going to use Pastor's token to look through my bureau deck and add any keyword weapon or armor card and attach it to Pastor for half cost. So So actually, I did have some time this week. So since there were not a lot of season 4 cards, equipment cards in my deck, I created them so that I did not have blank cards in my deck. So I'm going to requisition the SWAT tactical gear, and I'm going to give it to Pastor, and I'm going to be paying 3 for it. Just shuffling my deck. Okay. All right, that's done. And okay, so that's it for requisition. And we're moving to deployment phase. I'm going to send everyone but Colton in the field. And for case assignment phase, we are going to go to Aubrey, Missouri. It costs 2, so I'm going to be using Karen's token to pay for 1 since it's a behavioral site. And I'm paying for 1 token from my resource pool. So it's behavioral and motive question. And before you do anything, I'm going to play maintain deniability for 2. For the remainder of this turn, your opponent may only play keyword government cards. And that's it for me.
All right. No bluffs.
All right. So moving to the investigation phase, I'm going to send everyone to the site. And since it's a mono site, Hudak allows me to add 1 token to my resource pool. So everyone's going to the site.
Okay. And I can only play government. Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah.
Well, I am going to play an event card. And that is one of my favorites, Cancer Diagnosis. Play this card to add cancer to an opposing agent's keywords. The agent's health is reduced by 1 for each turn that they don't spend in the hospital. If the agent's health is reduced to 0, they must remain in the hospital until health is fully restored. Healing cards may be used to maintain the agent's health.
All right. So I do have a second cancer diagnosis, so I'm going to add it to. Who do you want to add it to?
I'm struggling to remember your agents.
So I have Karen Kosef, Detective Hudak, John Munch, and Detective Pastor. And I also have Colton, but he's in the bureau. So it's a behavioral 4+ site. Karen Kosef is contributing the most. And then it's Hudak and Munch. They're both contributing 2. And Pastor is only contributing 1.
Let's put it under Kosef, please.
All right.
And I'm going to keep my copy up here just to remind myself that that's in play. But other than that, I have no other cards.
All right. So it's a motive question. So is your motive control?
It is not.
Almost done. Okay. All right. So the site is discarded as well as maintain deniability. And moving to debriefing phase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 cards in my hand, and I need to, since we are in the debriefing phase, Karen is losing 1 health. So I'm going to put a red token on her, or a damage token on her. And well, now it's your turn.
All right. Yeah. Just to conclude that, I have 7, so no discard.
Okay.
So I will draw for turn. Good card. Good card. I will, and let's see, generate my res. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? 5. So I'll go up to 10. And I will purchase, yikes. Three cards. All right, and I will turn it over to you to sell and buy.
Okay. I'm going to sell 3 cards. I'm going to sell, or 2 cards, 2 or 3. Well, I'm going to sell Assign to the X-File, so for 1, and the Abandoned Bus Terminal for 2. So I'm adding 3. And I will buy 3. And back to you.
All right. No healing and no requisitions, so I'll go right to deployment. I'll just move these 4 here. I'm going to move Agent Patterson Newhouser, Deputy Barney Pastor, and Danny Pendrell to the field. Then I will play Icy Cape for 2. This is evidence collection 4 or more, and it is a result question. I will turn to you for any bluffs.
No bluffs.
Okay. Well, this may be a bit much, but I'm just going to send all 4. Any other cards before I investigate?
No. So the skill check is 4, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Oh, and I should say, this is evidence collection. Bill Patterson has 3. Newhouser is with Agent Patterson, so his evidence collection. Oh, let me read this here real quick. Oh, no, that's just for behavioral and criminals. So he's got 1 evidence collection, and 2 on Barney Pastor, and 3 on Agent Pendrell. So I've got 5, 6, 9 total.
Yeah, no, you have. I only have 1 card to play, but you have too much evidence collection, so that's useless. So you are free to ask your question.
Very good. Is your result manipulation?
You know what it is?
It is manipulation. Yeah. Okay. I've got a few things to check off here. But I can do that toward the end. I do have quite a few cards here, so we'll move to debriefing and let me figure out who I'm going to let go. Ten cards. I got to lose 3. This is going to be tough. There's 1, 2. 3. I'm going to discard the Kalasari and First Aid and Exhumation from the season 4 there.
And I just have 7 cards.
Okay. Then I will turn over to you.
All right. I'm crossing off the checklist as well so that I can track your investigation. I always choose my XR randomly, but this time it did not serve me well because there are not a lot of results manipulation cards. So, yeah. I think you already have me down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you already have me down to 6.
Well, we'll see if I can capitalize on that.
Yeah. All right. So, drawing my free card. Okay. I'm going to generate my res, which is 6. Puts me up to 12. And I am going to buy 2 cards. Let me. Okay, I'm passing it to you to silent by. Sorry.
All right. Oof. Nothing to sell. I am going to buy. Just going to buy one. We'll see what's on the top of the deck. Okay. And back to you, sir.
All right. So requisition, no requisition. For healing, no healing. Deployment, I'm going to send Karen to the hospital, and I'm sending Colton into the field. Case assignment, we are going to go investigate. We are going to go investigate the Washington Monument.
Oh, I'm seeing Stephen has a question or a comment here. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, David, it's for you. Is your app glitching or something?
The phone is a little old and it's been quite abused, so it does flicker a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I could have sworn, like, I thought I looked down. I thought I had a number in my head, and I looked up and wait, they're different. I don't know. Maybe that was just, I might be just imagining it, but I thought it might have like changed without your hand touching it, but I couldn't be sure. But then I was like, maybe I'll ask, because I keep seeing that right there, that flickering, and I was like, what is that? So anyway, I'll keep an eye on it, but I just wanted to see if you were aware of it before, we got too deep in it, if there was a problem with it.
Well, the screen's a little sensitive, so I have to be careful when I touch it.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it add or remove any points yet, but
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on it too.
I could just be misremembering it, but I thought it just kind of did without, like, you weren't even near it or anything like that. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to at least see if you were just had a general awareness of it before, like I said,
faulty equipment. I dropped it way too many times.
Malfunction card was played on it at some point. I suppose.
Right, it's keyword electronics.
Blame for that.
Keyword electric is out.
There we go. Yeah. All right, carry on, gentlemen.
Very good.
So David, I did not pay for the site yet, and I had not sold in my hand, and there is another site that I would like to play instead. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So taking back the Washington Monument, and we are going to go to Exorcist the Convalescent Home instead. So it's an occult investigation or criminal investigation, and it's motive or method, and I'm going to be using Colton's token to pay for that one. So occult investigation, criminal investigation, motive or method question.
All right. I have one bluff for each. So I'll say that this one on my list.
There is only one site.
Oh, there's only one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play. I'm sorry. I thought you were doing two.
No, I switched the one that I had played before.
Okay. Then I'm going to play just this one right here.
Okay. Well, everyone's going to the site. So let's see the bluff.
Let's see that bluff. Cancerous nosebleed, play on one agent with 3 or more health to decrease the agent's health by 1 for every other turn. In addition, the keyword cancer is added to the attached agent's card. For as long as this card is in play, the card is removed when a healing card is played on the agent.
All right, so who do you want to attach that one to?
Does one of your agents only have 3 health?
Colton only has 3 health, and Hudak as well.
I say Hudak for
All right.
no particular reason.
So the card costs, okay, it's 5, so it's 4. Okay. All right. Are there any other cards that you'd like to play?
One moment. Oh, I did not pay for that either. It was face down, so it would cost 2, but since it was face down, it only cost 1.
So it was Cancerous Nosebleed, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
I have it as 5 cost on my card.
Oh, wow, it says 2 on mine. Okay, so it would cost 4.
Yeah.
So I'll take another 3 off.
Unless my card is, unless I did a mistake on my card.
Well, I've got Cancerous Nosebleed.
I think Steven will know for sure.
Is my card outdated?
Is it diagnosis or it should be 4, but is diagnose? No, it's nosebleed, right?
Nosebleed.
All right. Yeah, sorry, yeah, it should be 5. Played face down would be 4.
Interesting. Okay. I can't get away with anything with you guys.
I mean, I think I recently upped the cost by 1, so I don't know how it ever would have been 2 at any time. But yeah, because I was trying to make it more consistent. Excuse me. Make it more consistent with cancerous diagnosis or cancer diagnosis, not cancerous diagnosis.
Okay, well, I've paid my points. We're all square. Stephen, I'll send you back.
Yep.
And your next move, sir.
I don't have any cards to play, so unless you do have something else to play.
I do not. So,
All right.
back to you.
So criminal investigation 5+. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 9. So it's either a motive or method question. So we'll stick with the motive question. Is your motive ideology?
It is ideology, yes. It's going to be a quick game here.
And that was my first, the first question that I wanted to ask during the previous turn, but I think I always start with ideology. So I thought, well, let's switch for once. Okay, so it is ideology. Yeah. Right. All right, I'm done. So debriefing. So I have 9 cards. So before we end the turn, I'm going to play Alien Bounty Healer for 4. And it says play on an agent in a hospital. The agent heals up to 3 tokens of damage, and any inflicted keywords such as cancer or insanity are removed. So I'm going to play it on Karen. So I'm going to remove the damage token, and I'm going to discard cancer diagnosis. And she will be able to leave the hospital during my next turn. So in there. And I'm also going to play a witness resource, Kenneth Hunger, for 3. And it says place 3 tokens on this card, remove a token to add 2 to one team's occult investigation skill check. So in case I do need him, I'm going to place a 3, and I now have 7 cards. Yeah.
All right, and I have 7, so no discard. If we're all done, I'll get started on my turn.
Yep.
Okay, I'll draw 1 for turn. Generate res, none there, but got 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm up to 10. Oof. I'm going to buy just 1 for good luck. And I will turn to you for selling and buying.
Okay, so I'm going to sell covers accommodation for 3, Foxton, North Carolina for 1, and I'm selling the biohazard suit for 4. So that's 8 total. And out of those 8, I'm going to buy four cards. 5 cards.
Okay. Oh, I'm the investigating player.
Yeah.
All right, I have no healing, and I'm gonna leave all my agents where they are. So we'll go right to playing my site. I'm gonna play the abandoned bus terminal. This is a criminal investigation 4+ and an affiliation question. I will turn to you for any bluffs or other cards.
During my turn, I forgot during my debriefing phase to put a damage token on your deck because of cancerous nosebleed, so I just did it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So criminal investigation, you said, and
Criminal investigation and affiliation question.
okay.
And the prerequisite is 4+. Criminal investigation 4+. Yeah.
No bluffs.
All right. I am going to assign all 4 agents to the site for a total. It's criminal investigation. So Patterson has 3, Neumhauser has 1, Barney Pastor has 2, so we're at 6, and then Pendrell has 2, so we're at 8. Any other cards to play before I investigate?
No, unfortunately, I don't know. I think all my conspiracy cards are at the bottom of the deck, but I don't have anything useful to play. So You are free to ask your question. This is not the most riveting game.
Well, we'll see how it plays out. Is your affiliation alien?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So I think you could try to ask an identity question, and this game has a 50% chance of being over immediately.
It's 50-50, but I hate to risk it, especially since we're not here to win. We're here to test these
yeah.
cards. So let's keep it going here.
All right.
That I'll move these guys back. Move to debriefing. I have 8, so I'm going to discard. Oh my goodness. I'll discard trial run. And that puts me at 7.
Okay. Well, I'm going to discard Ellen Tanner, and Roach takes a hostage. So, and I have 7 cards.
All right, then feel free to go ahead and get started.
All right. So, drawing my free card. I'm going to generate my res, which is now 5 since Karen is in the hospital. So 8. And okay. I am not going to so no healing, no requisition, no deployment.
Let's not skip.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, you need to sell and buy. Sorry.
I'm going to sell SWAT tactical gear for 6. 6. And then I'm going to buy 2. And back to you, sir.
All right. So no healing, no requisition, deployment. So Karen is going out of the hospital. Where am I going to put her? So Colton's going back to the bureau. Karen's going to the field, and that's it. Case assignment. We are going to go to. We are going to go to the Cassandra house in Rhode Island. It's a behavioral or criminal investigation and method or result. I'm going to use Karen's token to pay for the card. And back to you.
Okay. Play 1 bluff.
All right, sending everyone to the site.
The bluff is Gulag Bird.
No.
Place this card beneath an agent to move them to a section of the table designated the Gulag. Place 3 tokens on the agent, 2 if played on Alex Krychek. Remove 1 token during each of your opponent's debriefing phases. While in play, the agent may not contribute to any skill checks. All equipment attached to the imprisoned agent is immediately discarded. Discard this card when the last token is removed. I'm going to put this on Karen Kosef if you don't have anything to negate.
No, I don't. So 3 tokens, you say?
Correct.
Okay, so she'll be going over there. And So are there any other cards that you'd like to play?
There are. I don't think I paid for that one, so I played it face down. It would normally cost 6, which makes it cost only 5, down to 1, and I don't have anything else to play.
All right, so I just barely make the skill check. It's a behavioral 5+, and I have 2, 3, 4. I have just 5. So it's a method or result question. So which one is the best one to ask? Is your method subterfuge?
It is not.
So I'm going to try to guess the identity of your X file. Is your X file Leonard Vance?
It is not.
All right.
Which means I get to ask a penalty question.
Yep.
I'm going to ask, I should have asked last time. I could have nailed it. Is your X file the Gregors?
So I'm going to use John Munch's token to answer aluminum makes a lovely hat.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that effect.
Yeah, it's it's my version of Steven's blackmail card. Okay, the site is gone. I'm going to add a second damage token on UDAC. And remind me, when do I get to remove one token from Kosef from the Gulag? Is it during
Remove
the
one
debriefing
token
phase?
during each of your opponent's debriefing phases.
All right, so I get to remove one. Okay, so and I have 7 cards.
I also have 7.
So getting it to you.
If there are no objections, I'll start my turn.
Go ahead.
Draw for turn. Oh, interesting. Res, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to buy, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy 3. And I'll turn to you.
All right. Since we are getting dangerously close to finding out the identity of my X file. I'm going to sell the Thinker for 5. I'm going to sell 2 sites for 1 each. That's 7. And as much as it pains me to do that, I'm going to sell the Apollo 11 keychain for 4. So that's 9. So that's 11. Puts me up at 19. And out of those 19, I'm going to buy 7 cards. And back to you.
All right. No healing. No requisition. And unfortunately, I have no sites to play.
Oh,
I should have just loaded up my hand with them since I've got so many points, but I always play conservative. Unless you have any other cards to play, we can move to debriefing.
no, I don't. So debriefing then. So I have 10 cards, so I need to do some discarding. Which one am I not going to be using? All right, so I'm discarding Jacko House, Ambush, and Sneak Attack. And I now have 7 cards. My turn.
Let me just finish my discard here.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done.
Not quite. Two more. This is killing me. I wonder if you can help me out here. What is your team's subterfuge skills?
So you have Roach takes a hostage then? It's 5.
That helps. All right. I'm discarding authorized access only, the death card, assassinated. I hate to let that one go. And I had Agent Mobox in my deck to play.
Just in case.
You never know.
Yeah.
That puts me at 7.
All right. So my turn, I'm going to draw my free card. I'm going to generate my res, which is 5. I'm gonna draw 4 cards. And back to you to sell and buy.
Okay, I'm kind of in panic mode here, so I'm going to play, or I'm going to sell shotgun. Okay. Yeah, shotgun for 6. And so I'll add 6. And then I'm going to buy 2. And back to you, sir.
All right. So no healing, no requisition. For deployment, I'm going to send Colton to the field, and so here's a question for Stephen about cancerous nosebleed. At the end of my turn, Hudak will get his third damage token, so he will be sent to the hospital. And the card does say that the agent remains in the hospital until health is restored. So since the cancerous nosebleed card is it still attached to him when he goes to the hospital?
Yep.
Does that prevent him from healing during the healing phase?
No, because when he's in the
They cancel each other out, right?
Yeah, well, no. If he's in the hospital, then he's not. Then you're not putting that token on because it's for each round that he doesn't spend in the hospital.
So my question is, if I keep him in my team to investigate this turn, so he will be sent to the hospital at the end of the turn because he will.
Yeah, because debriefing, you're going to put that third one on.
Yeah,
and he goes to the hospital. Right.
So now he's in the hospital with 3 tokens. During my next turn, during the healing phase, do I get to remove one or
one?
Don't. Okay.
Just one.
Cancerous diagnosis does not prevent me from healing him during the healing phase.
Correct. It's like it should say on there, like for you add a damage token for each round that he doesn't spend in the hospital. And maybe it's been actually, I think Dax slightly reworded it. Well, the most recent one, but I think yours. How does it read on yours as of late?
It says the agent's health is reduced by 1 for each of the opponent's debriefing phases that the agent spends outside of the hospital.
Spends outside. That's his new way of saying it. I was like, I kind of preferred the other way, but you know what? It's still. It still explains it as intended. So your next round. Hudik will be in the hospital, and obviously, since he only has a health of 3, you're not taking him anywhere anytime soon. So, at the end of that round, you don't add a token because the idea is that he's in the hospital getting treatment for it. So, therefore, you're not putting a damage token back on him at the end of the round. It's only when he's outside the hospital.
And then, let's say that the game goes on for that long. Once I removed all damage token from
he may leave the hospital. Once all 3 are removed. Yeah.
Yeah, but then at the end of that turn, he will get 1 damage token back because cancerous nosebleed is still attached on him. Correct?
Yeah, because he left the hospital and he went out and investigated. So yeah, that's the idea.
That's how I understood it, but I just wanted to.
So I guess what you're saying now, it's not really a full round, like because he's leaving the hospital during the deployment, but he goes out, investigates, and all that same debriefing, he gets 1 back on him. But yeah, is that your question?
Yeah, I think it's clear. I just wanted to. My first question was really to make sure that the cancerous nosebleed did not prevent him from healing regularly during the healing phase.
No obstruction to his healing by any means. Because once he's in the hospital, those damage tokens, those are representing his health or his lack of health at that point. So you're just removing 1 per each healing phase. Until because he's and that's kind of where the idea, with David picking an agent that has a health of 3, because that means he's going to get stuck there for a little bit, as opposed to the agents that have a health of 4 or higher, because they'll heal 2 like normal. There's no obstruction to how they heal either. I think I actually in my early iterations of the card, I had only intended it to be for agents with health of 4 or higher, but along the way, I just decided to drop that stipulation. I was like, you know what, we'll just make it, whatever the agent chooses. Because, I don't know, if you think about it, the agents with 3 health, they tend to not have as many skills to offer as, like, say, the agents with 4 or higher. So it's, it's up to the conspiracy player who's casting they're choosing which agent they want that to put that cancerous nosebleed or that cancerous diagnosis on. So it's it's their strategy, to which you're at the mercy.
So do I need to add more text to my cancerous nosebleed, because it doesn't say anything about when they're in the hospital it prevents a damage token?
Yeah, because I think that was you probably have one of the earlier iterations of it. More than likely, because I know, like, in one of our play tests we did, it was probably like the 4th one, and that was the one where basically we found like 10 things that needed correcting, and it was and a lot of it was surrounding those 2 cards. So what Guillaume, I mean, probably don't need to read it out to him because you're gonna need to, David, if you get a chance to reprint cancerous nosebleed and cancer diagnosis, reprint those, because, well, I don't think cancer diagnosis has changed really, because really cancerous nosebleed was altered to make it basically verbatim what cancer diagnosis is.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't say you have to reprint all of all of the ones if you printed them from way back during our first playtest. But there's probably at least a dozen, if not maybe more, that we have. Yeah, there's probably about a dozen we spotted during playtest. Yeah,
quarantine zone changed as well.
Yeah, Hudek changed. And then of course there's like little things that Guillaume has spotted and just messaged me, for which I do put the new image in our Discord, and I do update the spreadsheet. So you can go to the spreadsheet anytime if you want to, update, like, especially the dozen cards or so that we have. Yeah, as Guillaume said, quarantine zone. You definitely want to update that one, and the 2 cancer cards.
Well, normally I write it down on there, but I didn't have it.
Those are a lot of changes. Like, a lot of the text was changed for cancerous nosebleed, and quarantine zone. Basically, it felt like we rewrote the whole card almost. And then Hudek's effect was largely rewritten. So yeah, I mean, those are probably like the 3 or 4 that you probably need to go and reprint. The others, it's probably just usually a couple words or so that I can think of. It's been weeks since we did that one play test where we found a lot to change. But
okay.
Nevertheless, I think we got, like, we cleared up your query.
Yep.
Nothing
you did.
Nothing raises alarm bells about how it's written.
No, just wanted to make sure, just for myself, to make sure that I understood correctly.
Okay, good deal.
All right.
This is gonna be a short game. It's shaping to be the way you guys are guessing. Good Lord.
We'll see. All right.
So I'm going. So these 4 are in the field, and we are going to go investigate the Cassandra house in Rhode Island, the second one. I'm using Colton's token to pay for it. It's behavioral 5+, or criminal investigation 5+. It's a method or result question.
Okay. I do have 1 bluff.
So I'm going to send. I'm sending everyone but Colton to the site. So let's see the bluff.
It was a true bluff. It's
Oh,
just a
okay.
card.
Any other cards?
Yes. I'm going to play Gary Schnoz.
All right. I don't have.
For the benefit of our viewers here, Gary Schnoz is an adversary. Gary Schnoz does not initiate combat. Select one opposing agent for abduction. Place this card atop the agent along with 5 tokens. Remove a token in each of the agent's briefing phases. When the last token is discarded, the agent is removed from the game. This effect can only be negated by the remaining field team making an evidence collection for skill check prior to the agent being removed.
All right. So just so you know, I do. Well, who do you want to place?
Whoever has the highest evidence collection.
So Pastor and Munch both have 2, and Hudak has 1.
Okay. So if I understand correctly, does the agent still contribute skill or they're
So
abducted?
I'd say that he doesn't.
Yeah, Stephen is shaking his head. No, they do not participate in the skill check. Oh, he's saying something. I know he's got some insight for us.
Well, not really insight, but the key word on the card says the remaining team, as in all the other team but the abducted one.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there it is.
So yeah, so you chose who to abduct?
I haven't chosen yet, but I was thinking who.
It's got to be one of the 2. Yeah. Ooh, wait, no.
Hudak, yeah.
No,
Hudak does have 2. I thought, yeah, you're right. Who's the one that only has 1 evidence?
Hudak has 1.
Ooh, you don't want Hudak. Don't choose Hudak.
No, I do not want Hudak. Okay, yeah. No more help.
Although I'm fine. I'm fine if you do want to select Hudak.
What were the ones with 2?
Pastor or Munch?
Pastor.
All right. So Pastor is abducted. So I will put him, at the bottom here, underneath my X file. So I have my second Jewish Noses card. So I put 5 tokens on the card. And it's my briefing phase. Okay. So the skill check is criminal investigation 5+. I now have, I still have 5.
How is this possible?
Because Munch has 3 and Hudak has 2.
Well, I've got nothing else.
Oh, so it's a method or result question. Okay. So is your method threats?
It is.
So and you know what? I have you down to 2, and both method and results are threats and manipulation of evidence. So actually that question does not get me any closer to figuring out the identity of your X file. The only thing is that it does give me a chance to ask you the identity of your X file, but if I do and I get it wrong, then I will know what your X file is, but you will also get to ask me one question. So I'm not going to guess the identity of your X file. So I'm going to discard the Cassandra house. So it was not the best choice. I should have gone for a different. Well, it would not have made a difference because I do have other sites, but they are also method sites, so no regrets there. So we are in the debriefing phase. So Huda gets his last token and he goes to the hospital. Karen gets one Gulag token off of her. And I'd have some discarding to do. One more. Okay. So I'm going to, I have to discard 2 sites, cancerous nosebleed and massive internal damage. And I have 7 cards.
Okay, I have 6, so no discard.
All right, well, now it's your turn.
All right, I will draw for turn. Okay. And generate res at 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to buy four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And turn to you for selling and buying.
So I'm going to sell the Alien Stiletto and Samuel Hartley for 7. And I am going to buy I'm going to buy 5 cards. Okay, and back to you.
All right. No healing and no requisition. So I'm going to play 2 sites. First is Franklin, Pennsylvania. That is criminal investigation 4+ and a method. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to play that one, Franklin, Pennsylvania.
All right. 1 bluff.
All 4. Let's see that bluff.
So it's nasty surprise. Play to add 5 to your pool. So it costs 2 since it's face down, so I'm adding 3. So
Before you do anything, I do have a
go
card I'm
ahead.
going to play here.
Yeah.
I'm going to issue a search warrant. Discard
Okay.
1 witness card from your hand. Oh, I take that back. I thought I had a witness, but I misread the card.
Okay.
Um,
So with the site, it's a criminal investigation and it's a method. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
And so you have everyone. Okay. I'm going to play quarantine zone on the site.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm going to play quarantine zone for 5.
If only I had a witness card in my hand.
So the search warrant, could you remind me what that actually did?
Oh, yeah. Discard 1 witness card from your hand to examine your opponent's hand. Your opponent must discard 2 cards from their hand, my choice.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
And maybe just for my satisfaction, quarantine zone, how long am I out?
So you are out. So I place it on your site with 2 tokens, and I remove 1. You remove 1 token during each of your following briefing phases. So for
And
2 turns.
Is that an event?
Yes.
Then I'll play Frohickey for 3.
All right.
Oh,
So
and I
that
didn't
one
pay
is-
my 2 for the site, so I'll take 2 off there. Anything else to play on the site, sir?
Yeah, let me check. I do have another card, but I need to see if it's actually going to be useful or not. So you have Nemhauser, Pendrell, Pastor, and Patterson, correct?
That is correct, yeah. And before you play anything, I am going to play Grid Pattern Search for 2 and get back my Frohickey just in case.
All right. Okay, so method sites, correct? I'm going to play Nathaniel Tiger for 8. Puts me down to 4. So it says only agents with observation as a skill may apply their long-range combat and close-range combat skills in combat.
That one escapes me. You said observation as a skill?
Yeah, so only agents who have observation as skill can actually inflict damage to trigger.
And what's his health?
His health is 5.
Fudge.
So if I read those cards correctly, I think only Pendrell and Patterson have observation.
Correct.
All right. So, how many long-range combat do they have?
Patterson has 2 and Pendrell has 2.
All right. So they deal 4 damage to Tiger, and Tiger will deal 5 damage, and I will inflict those to Patterson.
All 5?
Yeah. And then for close range combat, so Pendrell has 2, so he actually kills Tiger, but Tiger still deals. Oh no, so sorry. Sorry, Tiger only has 4 long range combat, so he will remove Pendrell instead. Sorry, not Patterson. And then for close range combat, so Patterson kills Tiger, and Tiger deals 3 damage, and I'm going to deal the 3 damage to.
Oh, Stephen is waving at me here.
Yeah, David, Guillaume took back his long range attack. Patterson stays. So yeah, Patterson's around for close range. So
because I mixed.
Yeah,
I mixed the health with the long range combat, so he actually only deals 4 damage.
Right. So you lost Pendrell during the long range attack.
Yep.
Okay, so in close range, I've got 3.
Yeah. So Tiger is gone, and I will inflict 3 damage to Patterson. Yeah.
Do I have my field correct here?
You do. Wow. Nice to see that. David, it could have been a lot worse, but thankfully Patterson's sitting on some observation skill, and he's pretty good he holds up pretty well in combat. So
he sure does.
Not bad. That was not too bad. I mean, Guillaume's team is flailing over there. One's in the gulag, one's got cancer, the other one's been abducted by a criminal. You know,
I'm trying my hardest here.
You are. Had you chosen Munch, had you chosen Munch for the abduction, you would have actually been in way better standing. But I couldn't help you. I just said don't choose Hudek. But that was all I could say. But nevertheless, you are doing quite well, my friend. Well done so far.
Let's see what else Guillaume has up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't have anything else. Unfortunately, I thought I misread the Tiger card. I thought it was 5 damage, so I thought I would get rid of 2 agents, but no luck. So I think you still make your skill check easily.
I do. The prerequisite is 4, and I have 5, 6. So if nothing else,
I should have played a different card. Yes, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, it is method question. Is your method manipulation?
No, it is not.
Okay, then I will guess your X file. Are you the alien listeners?
Yes, I am.
Woo!
And the angels rejoice, for David Peace has just clocked in his very first win.
That's my second win.
Who'd you beat before?
Didn't I know I beat somebody once before. You're going to force me to go back to the footage.
You're going to have to go back to the footage. You haven't beaten me, that's for sure. I don't think you have had a win yet. Oh, well, but nevertheless, congrats on tonight's win, though, nonetheless. It was well-earned. Well earned. I mean, because Guillaume, let's face it, if Tiger had somehow managed to prevent him from investigating, or if you played the other card, which, by the way, what was the other card you had?
Well, I should have played. I had Gulag Bird, and I had Smoke and Mirrors, which I was saving for myself, but I could have
Well, he would
minus
have been
3
able to negate
modifier,
smoking
but I'm not,
ears with
yeah.
throw
So
hickey.
and I don't think Gulag Bird would have been enough to no.
You would have
Well,
had to
if they
play it
if
face down though
yeah
to afford. Well,
yeah.
if you didn't play Tiger, but
Well,
yeah.
it's because since I paid 5 for Quarantine Zone there,
Yeah.
I could have played Gulag Bird face down and then played Tiger. That's the only, but
yeah, because then you would have maybe got because you would have thought, okay, I got to get the guy with the observation out of there. Yeah, then that would have done it. Yeah, and then let me ask you this: like, I mean, granted, you don't like maybe draw your next couple cards off the top of your deck. Like, would you have been able to do much in your next round with only like Colton and Munch?
So I have Colton and Munch, and so I was saving Smoke and Mirrors. So
to get the evidence collection.
So if it was
it
was either behavioral or criminal investigation. So like behavioral, they have 3, so that would have been 6, and criminal investigation, they have 5. So that was my strategy anyway for the next turn.
Okay, so you would you have been able to also get your agent back from Jerry Schnauz too, right?
I think I would have been able to do that. Evidence collection.
That's smoking mirrors. You could use it towards that, I suppose.
That's true, but
you went mute. You're mute, Guillaume. Mute.
Guillaume.
Mute. I guess they died on you or something.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So I was saying I think Hudak would have returned to the field.
It's got 3 hands because one of them's still out on the. I'm kidding. Because one of them still touches. It froze on you.
I think that's why the mic shut down.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying.
So Hudak would have been out of the hospital before the last token would have been removed off of Jerry's card. So with Hudak, I would have been able to make a skill check.
Well, it's nice that one killer card got played. I mean, the other ones you just had to discard them. I was like, that's kind of ballsy to also discard Samuel Hartley. It's like you may need him if you didn't get.
I think at that point in the game, I was like, I need to get as much, which is why actually I did have Kenneth Unger in my deck because without him, I would not be able to make an occult investigation 4+.
Yeah.
So the idea was if I do manage to have both cards in my hand, at least I'll know I'll be able to negate the killer card. But well, congratulations, Dave. So let's see. If I had guessed previously, I would have said, "Is your X-File the cigarette smoking man?"
It's Dr. Bent and his shadow.
No regret then.
Is this familiar, Guillaume?
There it is.
Yeah, I got quite a few of the Batman and Detective at least the modern and maybe some of the bronze ones. But no, I love this shirt, and I'm surprised I don't have too many more of those. Was making me curious. I haven't read this one in a long, long time, but it's like wonder what prompted that one to get the shirt.
I think I bought it like 10 years ago. So
yeah, I know they don't have like all of, it's not like they have every cover as a shirt, but I was just like wondering what's special about that issue. I don't remember this one. It's been ages, but it's cool cover though. That's probably all it amounts to. So
yeah,
I like it. Yeah. The stuff I was reading when I was, that's probably from like 94, 95. So yeah, it's probably about 13. Going to my comic book store and thumbing through the issues like that. Sometimes picking them up when I could afford it.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say I was only
Sorry, go ahead, David.
I was going to say I'm only a couple cards away from on my deck from Detective Joe Curtis,
Oof,
and I would have arrested another agent.
another one. Oh man, it's just like the way you systematically just just send his team to the far reaches of the board. In every corner they're unavailable to help out. They're anywhere but the field. But
I had it in
not
here.
bad. Not a bad way to dismantle his otherwise strong team.
Somewhere in here, I've got 2 cards for the extended sentence too.
Ooh,
Oh, I'm sure you do.
shoot,
It's,
man.
didn't quite get to that one.
And
Ah.
actually, I think I was just, if I look at the Shiv was coming next.
I was wondering if you had bothered to to stow one in your deck somewhere just in case.
Yeah.
But I love how the cancer cards, got really a lot of good use tonight. Didn't you have one put on your team, David, or did you negate that one?
Not tonight, I don't think.
No, you didn't know.
No.
Okay.
I did discard one because I figured at this point in the game it would not be really useful for me.
Yeah, that late, yeah. Well, this was a good game. I mean, in the sense of not just David getting one for a change, but really getting to see a nice helping of the season 4 cards. I'm glad. I mean, no alarm bells is always nice.
I gotta say, next week I need a killer card rematch. We didn't see any killer cards.
No,
But
we saw one, Jerry Schnauz, but yeah.
Well,
but we didn't get to actually see the
yeah, we didn't get to take anyone out of the game or anything.
No. But you were brave, David. You went in with a couple of agents that could be, if Guillaume felt like shelling out 10 conspiracy points to remove them, which is not it's something that, still have to think about. It's like, I can pay 10. That is a lot.
Yeah, especially if you get a free key right after that. So.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
But I did have both killer cards in my deck because I figured I'd at least put the 2 agent killer cards from season 4 in the deck just in case.
And David had them both. Lucky for you, they didn't come up.
I was.
You were doing it the noble way in the sense of we're creating the possibility, the drama for those cards possibly getting. Not that there's a question about their effectiveness because they're, taken from the text is taken verbatim from the premier cards. Just the agent's name has changed, but yeah. No, I'm curious more to see the ones like the synchrony killer cards get put into effect, especially when it's I just played Alien Bounty Healer, which Guillaume did. Nicely done.
Yeah.
And it's too bad. Spontaneous combustion right there. Done.
I've got those in my deck too. I was waiting for something like that.
Yeah. Well, I was like, that was the opportunity right there. I was like, I was holding my breath when I saw. I was like, oh, he's gonna play a healing card and a killer. You didn't play it. I don't remember what you read. I didn't remember to check your conspiracy. I just thought, ooh, healing. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of putting it out there.
You were, Guillaume was at that point too. So yeah, I liked it.
Teasing me with that.
I liked it. It was just even there was the threat of killer cards was what was hanging over the game. Even if they didn't get a whole lot of chances to shine. That's okay. It's just kind of like when we were playing the Powers game. It's like, we went in there with the intent, but the fates just didn't align to let it play out that way. Same with our last game where it's like, oh, we were planning on playing so many combat cards and we just wound up.
Yeah, it did not come up.
No, we didn't. But I'm still editing it actually. So yeah, David, right now I'm because I haven't played a game in a bit. So I just went back and edited a game with Guillaume and I where I thought, well, this is probably not going to see the light because it was just not a very, riveting game in the sense of there was nothing exciting about it, but I'm going in there and doing the best I can. So it'll make for something for people to watch because I don't think you saw it. So at least you get to watch it. Are you frozen, David?
No,
Okay, perfectly still. I like. Wait, do we?
going through my deck. Going through my deck to see where everything was.
That's all right. Yeah.
I might take the coming days here to try and trim this down to increase my chances of getting those killer cards that I wanted to play.
Speaking
The
of,
ones I was talking at the beginning, the ones I'm missing are the agent specific killer cards from Premier.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Which ones you missing?
All of them. I got nothing.
All 4 of the agent ones. Okay, and you have Samuel Hartley.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
Okay, and check, and then let me check. So all 4 of the killer agent cards, possibly Samuel Hartley, and then
Go David.
Oh, I have that. I have that one.
Right. And then Assigned to the X-Files, which
I have that one.
Okay, I was gonna say one of you discarded it tonight.
Yeah, I discarded it. Yeah.
Oh, was you? Okay. All right. So just the 4 for the agents.
Because I've got
host attacks.
I've got the host attacks. Yeah.
All right. I'll take a look. I mean, yeah, I should have multiple copies of those. I mean, I know they're rare, but yeah.
Well, if you need to trade, let me know.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I haven't had much like I just kind of keep my eyes out for just things where I'm like, well, if I have like 2 of something, I'd like to just get a third one and have like a minimum of 3 of each card. So now lately I've just been buying a promo here or there from like eBay where I'm like, oh, there's an alien, not an alien, a fighter interceptor. I only have 2 of those. And then you get a third one. It's only $5. So, and then I got another Smoke and Mirrors, the second one, because I only had 2 of those. But yeah.
What's the story behind those? They were all promos from different magazines or different outlets or something like that.
Something like that. I have to check. I have to check the nerd merchant.
I think they were from different. I think some of them were in magazines. I think.
Yeah, that's probably what they. Yeah, I can't remember because
one was in Scry and one was in Inquest and one was.
I got the Scry one. I remember that. That was like Smoke and Mirror number 3. I think I got that one from the Scry magazine. All right, I'm just going through. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. I have like 5 Agent Willis's shot to death. 5 Agent Lamanna's dying fatal elevator accident. Purdue, where are you?
What was the one you said out loud? Cable elevator accident?
No, Agent Lamanna dies in fatal elevator accident.
Fatal.
Agent Reggie Purdue found strangled. I have 5 of those. And who's the 4th one I'm forgetting? Willis.
Yes, Agent Willis shot in a bank robbery.
Yeah, I have 5 of him. 5 of that one.
And those are all events, right?
Yeah. Lamanna, Willis, Purdue, and who's the 4th one? Oh, Weiss. Weiss is the one I had checked. I have 5 of that one. Yeah, I have 5. All right. Yeah, so I'm good. As long as I don't have less than 3, then I don't mind sending some your way. So, all right. Well, I don't think I have your address, David. You'll have to just message it to me since you're still recording right now.
Oh shoot!
Did you knock something? Yeah.
What?
David knocked something off the table.
Oh, okay.
That's the beauty of sleeves, baby.
Sleeves?
I sleeve them with clear. Sleeve my cards.
Yeah, but not your camera or whatever it is you dropped.
Or not Dr. Benton in a shadow. He's a coke fiend now. He's on the coke.
David, your camera fell down.
Yeah, it's on the floor. It's safe.
Yeah, that you don't have.
Okay.
Anyway, like I said, since you're still recording, send me your address. I'll get those out to you.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much. And
Mhm.
like I said, if you got something you need, let me know.
Yeah, I'll check. I'll run through this spreadsheet, but I mean, probably wouldn't be anything you would have. It's mostly like the ultra rares and stuff like that. That I'm only sitting on one of those, and I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a couple more, but those are just hard to find. So no problem.
I'm
No
gonna
problem
make a
there.
new hospital too. All right.
All right. So Guillaume, are we on for this upcoming week? Wednesday was it, or
Yes, that's what if you're still, yes, you said you weren't working the following day.
well, on
That might change now, though.
that has changed because of because I was supposed to work today, Saturday, and when that happens, I get Thursday off. But since I'm home isolating, that means I'm back on the schedule for Thursday.
It's spilled all over.
Yeah, I mean, so I can still do a game on Wednesday. I'm just hoping it doesn't go too long.
Yeah, well,
What
I'm-
we'll do is I'll meet you halfway. We'll do 9:30 my time, 4:30 your time.
I'm not working the next day, so if you want to do
Not?
9 p.m. your time, that's fine with me.
All right, maybe we'll do that. Oh, we'll set a more we'll firm that out like the next couple of days. But it's also so it's gonna be like one of those weeks where because I missed all a week of work, I'm gonna have a lot of catching up to do when I go back on Monday. So not that I'm gonna be feeling up for it, but whatever. Thank goodness summer's almost over, but still got lots to do at the library. But I'm also dying to play a game. I feel like I'm getting out of practice because I haven't played since you and I played that last game. So it's just I feel like I'm getting a little rusty.
If I do have time, I'll try to create a new team.
I don't think I'll create a new team. I don't have time, but
I'm not sure I'll have the time, but if I do,
I'm going to try to keep the combat cards in there, though, because I do want to see if we can try to get another combat-heavy game going, because that was just so much fun. And I think, it's not that every game I've watched since then has paled, but it's like, we've had I've watched some exciting games on here, but it's like, you know what? Those combat cards really do make the game way more exciting. So I'm just, looking to, getting another game, preferably an exciting one. But, at this point, like I said, I'm feeling a little rusty since I haven't played in a spell. So I'll take anything at this point, even if it's just a run-of-the-mill kind of game.
So, David, did we actually have a viewer tonight? Because you said that someone was watching the game when we started recording.
I don't think we did, because I think they probably gave up because we started about 10 minutes after. Right, David?
Yes.
I never saw them.
I never saw anyone log in, so maybe they'll catch it.
It'll be there. You can post it in the group afterwards, like, "Hey, sorry, we got the late start." Should we? We should just make our start times for these games like not on the hour. Just make it like, 10:15 is like what we tell people. Just be there.
And then we'll start at 10:30.
But whatever. But what I mean. Just like, let's just not have it be at the top of the hour. Because we never make that, no matter what. We try, but it just never happens that way.
Oh, so Stephen, I had a question. When I was going over the event cards for season 4, and I don't know if there is a mistake on the JPEG file that I have for Maritas Overture, but on the one that I have, it's a purple card, and I think it's supposed to be a RP card. So
that probably is a mistake.
Yeah, so maybe it might have been changed.
And one of the more common typos you're probably going to find on the spreadsheet, because as I'm going down, it's like CPRP, CPRP, CPRP. It's one letter that I could get wrong. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to find more mistakes on the spreadsheet regarding that. But Marita should. I don't know how she would be. Yeah, she's it's RP3, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And could you check on the file that you have if it's...
Oh, the JPEG?
Yeah, because on my JPEG it's purple.
Okay. Did I do?
But I usually only save the first ones that you post.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, it's purple. Did I have an idea for this? Let me think here. No, it is active or conspiracy is the activator. So this is intentionally a purple one. Did I do it because... Oh, I think I did it because X terminated is a purple card. Is that why I did it? No, that's not the reason.
I have exterminated as a conspiracy card.
What's that?
Exterminated, I have it as a conspiracy
Yeah,
card.
it is a conspiracy card. I was trying to... What was my logic for making this? There was something. Yeah, because even if you look at the activators on the side of the JPEG, it's active or conspiracy. I mean, it's like it's not. It doesn't.
in your spreadsheet, it is a resource card. So
yeah, on the spreadsheet, but the spreadsheet's like one of those things where it's like it's the last thing to get updated. So I'm honestly I'm searching my memory right now. And I'm just thinking this was a conversation that I had with Dax, and I don't remember what, but I'm trying to think all the way back to, because you got to think this conversation took place around the time when I first started sending him the event cards. So that was obviously like, what, 3 months, maybe around 2-3 months ago, probably closer to 3 months ago.
Would there be a point to that card being a purple card?
I'm trying to remember. That's the thing is,
because I don't remember what Marita's agent code is, so I'm trying to...
Yeah, like that wouldn't affect it either. And I know this is probably something I'm going to think about, or something that's going to occur to me after we sign off. I was like, oh, that's why I did that. But for the life of me...
Yeah, because I can't think of a reason why you would need that card during your turn as the conspiracy player.
There aren't times where we remove a conspiracy player's card from the game when we're the investigating player. Does that happen? Well, Lucy, no. Is there an instance where we could do that?
But the thing is, even if you do remove... Even if you could, Marita's agent card would only be useful during your turn as the investigating player, so...
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like I'd have to there's no way I could scroll back far enough in the Facebook Messenger with Dax to figure out why we did that.
Well, something to think about then.
Yeah, seriously, because I'm drawing a complete blank on it. So let me ask you this though. Is there an instance where I, as an investigating player, could play a card that would remove a conspiracy player's card from the game?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one. Maybe if you do a combination of like the Thinker and some other card, that would maybe allow you to remove a card from the game, but it's usually negate a card instead of remove one from the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, because it's like if there is an instance, I'm like, okay, yeah, you could play the card when you play this Marita Overture card. when the removal happens, and you just add her to your hand, and then that's it. Then you have to wait till the start of your next deployment phase. So it's like, yeah, whatever. You have to wait till you're actually back to being the investigating player. So in that sense, it's like it's not wrong. It's just that what the heck was I thinking in that? Was there an instance in which it could be the removal could be done when I don't know of a time where I could remove a conspiracy player's card from the game. I cannot for the life of me think of an instance right now. Whether there is one, I don't know. So no, that's something I could ask him. I doubt he recall. He's like sometimes he jokes about his memory being his memory being bad, and like, but yeah, right now mine is failing me in this. Like, why would I do that? So yeah, I mean, other than making it for sale, but but then even then for either round. But
yeah, it could be sold if it was just a resource card. So
yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
but I don't know when I was recreating the card, it didn't. I just did it that way, and then I don't know. I had the card printed again earlier this week, and when I was putting them in the sleeves, it struck me that
Yeah,
why would it be a purple card?
yeah, and I'm like, I can't. Wait a second. And I don't know why I was like going back to like thought it had something to do with the exterminated card, but it doesn't. Yeah, you got me on that one, and I really should know the answers to these things, but I can't for life of me. Like it. Yeah, I mean, I'll ask him if he has a recollection as to what our thinking was, but I don't think he'll know. So I'm like, okay, well, change it back to. I mean, unless he really did just accidentally have it as put it at the. Unless he really did, and I just. Let me go back to my notes in my note app, because there I'm always making the changes as they happen, because my phone's always right with me, even when these things come up at work. No, actually, I did write PP purple card in here, so I did have a reason. Okay. Yeah, well, that's certainly going to beg the question next time I, have a chat with him if he might recall. Yeah, it's written in here as, but I don't know why. I mean, not to say that it doesn't work. I mean, it's like it's kind of like a moot point in that it's like it can't happen because as far as we know, there's no card that you can play to remove a conspiracy player's.
Well, not yet, anyway. Maybe.
Well,
on the line.
not yet. Linda Bowman, the adversary for season 5. If her health is reduced to 0, she is removed from the game. So there's that, but that cannot be my.
But would that be?
Wouldn't count though. Not well. It's
because
when.
Yeah, to me, right. when your opponent has removed the card from the game, it's like
like Clyde Brookman or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I got nothing on this one right now. I don't know what Yeah, I don't know. I will ask. Hey, so we weren't playtesting the card, but we sure found something to raise some question marks over our heads. So yeah, All right, what the heck is up with that card? As if it's not a problematic card enough due to the fact that, currently we don't have a Merida agent card on this expansion, but we will in the next expansion. We'll address that.
And David, you wanted to play Search Warrant, and you said that on the JPEG that I have, it doesn't say anything about having to discard one witness from your hand.
For search, I'm sorry, which one was it? Search warrant?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gosh, was that an early iteration too? I don't remember changing that one.
On the JPEG that I have, it only says play this card to examine your opponent's hand. Your opponent will discard 2 cards from their hand, your choice.
Yeah, I've got it here. Search warrant. Discard 1 witness card from your hand to examine your opponent's hand. Your opponent must discard 2 cards from their hand, your choice.
My thinking was that because the search warrant, to have the search warrant, yeah, my thinking was that yes, the event came after Michelle Wilkes's death, so it's like therefore sacrifice must be made for it to happen. But I think I vaguely that was a an early iteration for the card, but obviously it didn't make the final cut. By the time I got around to having Dax make the card. And I think that I took it. I think I got rid of it because it was probably a little too situational. Although that might have been warranted.
So David actually could have played that card tonight.
He could have, had it not occurred to me at that moment.
So it would not have changed the outcome of the game, though, since you did win. But
yeah, Guillaume would have he would have lost that quarantine zone, or he had a chance to play it. And
then maybe another, either Nathaniel Tiger or the Gulag card. So
yeah, that might. Well, the Gulag. Yeah, you would have played it as a full, like for the full cost. But yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So with the search warrant card, I took that condition out because I guess I thought it was a little bit too situational for my taste. Even though there's a lot of other cards where we discard witnesses to make that happen, but I think they're mostly they're all on like I think that maybe that's the reason, because it was like, oh yeah, we're doing that all on the conspiracy player end of things. Yeah. So I think that was an early version where I was like, okay, well, discarding witness, that's kind of more of a conspiracy thing. So I think I took it out for that reason as well. Excuse me. Sorry.
Which makes it an even better card for me to play next week.
Yeah. Reprint them.
Just cross that out.
Yeah. That's true. You don't have to reprint that whole one, but okay. All right. So at least one thing we got that raises some concern is the Merida Overture card. Why, Dax, did we make that a PP card? I don't know why. And I don't even know if my brain was firing on all cylinders, it would have an answer, because I can't for the life of me figure it out at this precise moment, and I don't think I will later. So probably just tell them to change it back. And yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that one, but I like that we're finding some things that, could certainly prove to be head scratchers, when we get around to saying, hey, the set is done. If anyone wants to order a copy from Dax, I don't want questions coming up at that point.
No.
Get them out of the way now, gentlemen. And we're getting a lot of them out of the way now. And Yeah. And thankfully, it's like this one is like it's only one of those things. It's like, yeah, it's a question. It's like it doesn't complicate anything. It just makes you wonder what the heck, what the heck. Until
Actually, you know, it would
until there
not,
is such a point.
it
Until there
would
is
not
such a
be a true X-Files expansion if it did not raise a few questions.
But I want this. But I like you with your season 7, Guillaume. You want this thing to be better than 1013. 1013 had a lot of errors in it, and I'm sure the Scully set, when we see the full thing's got some error. Well, it certainly does. We know we found some along the way, but we give them credit because they weren't. We cut them slack because they weren't done yet. But we want them to be better than that. We want them to be error-free before we let anyone get their hands on them.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Are you still recording, David?
I am, but let's wrap it up here.
Just shut off the things already.
Yeah, another great game. Found a few things. No killer cards except for the one, but I demand a rematch.
Oh, definitely.
I want to see if we can get some. What's that, Stephen?
Next week, right? You're available?
Next week? Next week,
I think, well, maybe not next week for me. If Nathan is available to play, because we are going to a concert on Sunday, but it's in Paris, so we will have driving to do, and I have work during Monday, so I might need some rest.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I need to. I might have people over on Saturday night, and sometimes they wind up staying.
David was shocked.
What
are you doing having friends over on Saturday night? That's our night.
Well, it's kind of like they're friends of my wife and me, so it's but they're yeah, we I think we talked about it, and we usually wrap up things around 9 o'clock, so it would be one of those things where yes, but it would have to be 10 o'clock my time, because only then I can verify for sure I'll be available. Just 9 o'clock, because I've had some times where it's like we don't start wrapping up till right about that time, and I wind up getting late to our Saturday event. So yeah, so me, yes, I can play, but I think we'll have to have a start time of 10 o'clock.
That's cool. That's still only 8 for me, so that's
still only 8 for you. Then yeah, you can probably but we'll see. I mean, I'd rather if I don't remember how long Nathan said he was going to be gone.
I think he didn't say that he was coming home today, but late today. So
late today, yeah, because I think he said he was going to try to get his season 5 stuff put on the excuse me, put on the spreadsheet pretty soon. So yeah, he should be back. So yeah, we'll see if he's up for playing. I mean, if anyone should be playing next week, and it should be Nathan along with, but yeah, David and you and Nathan can play next week if he's available. If not, you got me. I can certainly make myself. It won't be a playtest game though.
No, that's cool. All right, so everyone who's watching,
we can do killer cards. It just won't be,
won't be season 4
cards. Now, you can play season 4 cards. I just won't have any to play. I have some actually. Yeah, I have the agents, and I have the adversaries, and I have the witnesses. Most of them.
Okay, wrapping it up.
Yeah, it's good.
We'll have another one coming up next week, one way or the other. It may be playtest. It may just be one for fun.
Something will be played next week.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
So